Okay.
Greetings, I am Sifu Benny Ming, curator of the Wing Chun Museum. It is the first Wing Chun museum or the first martial art museum in the USA. As a matter of fact, during that time, it's in the world. This happened in 1998. So almost 25 years later, okay, here we are, still promoting Wing Chun in many different ways. Wing Chun as a traditional martial art that dates back into the 1600s during the China where Chun dynasty was established, which is the Manchu overthrowing the Chinese dynasty of the Ming. Okay, so during that time, it was designed, developed as a very efficient way for hand-to-hand combat for the loyalists to fight against the invading enemies. Okay, so in the beginning, it was primarily developed for self-defense and combat, which is really the effectiveness of the art. But remember, this art come from the southern Shaolin Temple. It didn't come from strictly a military academy or strictly the martial art community. It was combined force of the Shaolin warriors with the military, okay? So that means the essence of Wing Chun will always have self-defense and combat, but it also have its health and fitness elements, okay? Today you see many people from kids all the way to senior citizens. As a matter of fact, great grandmaster Chun, he is 94 years old and still very active and doing Wing Chun. Okay, not too many arts you can see people in their 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s and still be able to showcase their art. So this art is also for health and fitness, okay? But more importantly, there's also for personal developments. This is not just for killing on the street. This is strictly a fighting art. Coming from Shaolin Temple, this is what we call really the three treasures. The martial art aspect, the fitness aspect, and then the wisdom personal developments, okay? But that was 300 years ago. So today, martial art as a whole is well established in the common public. So what does public get involved? Okay, how does martial art really popularize in the public? It's primarily through sports and entertainment. For example, right now, first we got superstar Bruce Lee really kick off the name of Wing Chun. He's a big super movie star. And now you got Yip Man movie, Wing Chun movie, one after the other. That is the entertainment, okay? It is to showcase the art for entertainment. Most of it is not real history and it's not really based on a true historical account, okay? So, but nonetheless, Wing Chun is in the entertainment. Now, sports and game is also part of entertainment, but it's kind of separate category, okay? So Wing Chun as art form can be showcased in a sport, but people would say, oh, well, Wing Chun is strictly for killing, for fighting, so it's not a sport. Well, I mean, as long as you don't get it confused, okay? Just like even military today, they have military games. You have to practice and test each other's skill in a more safe and civilized way. So therefore, you have sports and games. If you go to an MMA match or Sandan match or Lei Tai match, all those kickboxing full contact matches, right? You go against professional fighter who is at their top of their games. That is much more a difficult opponent than, let's say, a bum on the street. So if you want to test Wing Chun, you should be tested against professional fighters. So we are 100% believe in the sport and game of Wing Chun. So today, the Wing Chun Museum, we actually support all sifus, all lineages of Wing Chun, but we also promote Wing Chun in entertainment, in sports, maintain its safety, self-defense, combat effectiveness, as well as health and fitness, and more importantly, personal development. So this is what we call 5 martial art activities. Most people get confused. Of course, in the ring, you're not in the street. You shouldn't be doing what you should be doing in the street. If you're in the street, you are not in the ring, okay? Or if you're a fighter, you don't go to a movie theater and learn the next new moves, okay? So as long as you know the difference, each one of them train differently with a different outcome. then we can enjoy all the different activities of martial arts. Okay? Greeting.